In this orthokeratology case, we have a patient whose lens is riding a little bit low. The treatment zone is decentering inferiorly. There's a little bit of overcorrection, and then the amount of reverse curve within the pupil is causing glare, both in daytime and nighttime situations. This is the lens that the patient is currently wearing, and if we look through the different meridians, this Arsene lens lines up really well on this fairly symmetrical cornea. If we look at the posterior topography, we're getting lots of blue around the periphery, but it's a little bit loose inferiorly. And we do have a little bit of a ring right here where we can see it's pretty flat. So I think this lens is fitting kind of tight superiorly, a little bit loose inferiorly, and that's causing the lens to be squeezed downward. So in this case, even though the cornea is fairly symmetrical, I would recommend going to a freeform, not to better fit the cornea, but so that we can make quadrant-independent modifications to the lens. So if we're going from Arsene to freeform, I'd recommend just redesigning the lens from the configuration settings. We can duplicate everything, except I would maybe drop the power a little bit since we're a little bit overcorrected, and of course go to the freeform mode. We have the blending turned on. And the sharper return curve could also partially explain why we have this really flat crescent here. But for the sake of consistency in the redesign, let's go ahead and leave that box checked. So you're going to go and take a look at your parameters here, 5, 9, and 6. I'm going to round that down to 6, 8, 10, 3 diameter. So I'm going to pause the video while I create a new lens. So here are the new parameters I'm putting in. Everything pretty similar to what's on the screen here, except we're going to go into freeform, decrease the power to about +1 1/4, and looks like I have my thickness is opposite of yours. Let me readjust that. Alright, and then we just need to hit continue and let the lens run. You have the edge box checked as well. So here on the right side we have the new freeform lens, and if we spin around, really it should not look much different from the original Arsene lens, because the Arsene lens, according to the software, was already fairly well aligned to the cornea. So even though we're switching to freeform mode, we're not really changing much just by the default lens that Wave creates, but this does give us the opportunity now to go into 25% mode and make changes inferiorly that are different from superiorly. If we hover over the blue dot here, we can see that we have a sagittal depth of 764. So if we want to increase SAG, I would, in this case, maybe go about 20 microns. So our new target here will be 784. We'll go in and try to speed this up a little bit. 782. And 784. And then what we want to do superiorly is reduce the sagittal depth. So we're going to lift this up. We're currently at 759, so our new target will be 739. And it looks like we're there. So it's going to look like we have it will appear to be have a lens that's much too flat superiorly and much too steep inferiorly. So that's just to compensate for the posterior topography we're seeing here. Hopefully these changes will encourage the lens to be pushed up a little bit higher, center that treatment zone over the pupil a little bit better, and give your patient better vision. So hopefully this is helpful. Best of luck. Thanks for watching.